Pluckley, a small village in Kent, England. It has a reputation that precedes it, a reputation for being the most haunted village in England. But is it really? Does Pluckley live up to its haunted hype? Hello everyone! Well, as you guessed it, today I'm in Pluckley and we're about to find out if Pluckley is really the most haunted village in England. References to Pluckley date back to the Domesday Book of 1086, indicating its long-standing presence in English history. The village's parish church, St. Nicholas, primarily dates to the 13th and 14th centuries and features the Daring Chapel, built in 1475. The Daring family has been a significant part of Pluckley's history, with Surrender Manor serving as their residence. Many buildings in and around Pluckley feature the oval-top windows, also called Daring windows. For me, when it comes to ghost stories and hauntings, it is natural to approach them with a healthy dose of skepticism. After all, how can we be so sure about what is real and what is source of local legends and folklore? That being said, that there are cases that do defy explanation, leaving skeptics scratching their heads. I mean, we had that once or twice. Pluckley is said to be home to an unusually high number of reported sightings and paranormal occurrences. To that point that in 1989 Pluckley entered the Guinness Book of Records for the most haunted village in England, with reports of 12 separate ghosts, attracting numerous paranormal enthusiasts and media attention, which begs the question, is there something unique about this village that lends itself to the supernatural? Pluckley is reported to be home to several ghosts, each with its own tale. Let's see how many we find. The Lady in Red is said to haunt the churchyard of St. Nicholas Church. The identity of the Lady in Red is not entirely confirmed. She is said to be a member of the Daring family who died in the 12th century, and she is roaming around the churchyard in search of a stillborn baby. The infant is believed to be buried here as well, in an unmarked grave. Sightings of her ghosts are often accompanied by an eerie glow or a mist surrounding her figure. And some reports include the faint sound of sobbing. She has this air of melancholy and sadness about her. Another female ghost, part of the Daring family, is said to haunt the inside of the church, and she is supposed to be the wife of Sir Edward Daring. It's said that when she died, the Baron buried her in at least 3 lead coffins and 1 oak sarcophagus in an attempt to stop her body from decomposing. She is said to haunt the Daring Chapel within St. Nicholas Church, where she was interred. Some claim to have seen her by the large glass window in the church. I'm gonna try and see if we can go in today. It's so beautiful. I'm so curious to see the inside of it. Her ghost has been seen gliding silently through the church, and sometimes it appears during the evening hours. People have heard a knocking from underneath the church at night and have seen flickering lights. A monk is said to haunt the house right behind me, called the Greystones. This was formerly called Rectory Cottage. The woods around this house are said to be haunted by a monk. The monk is said to be haunting the trees around the house. He lived in Tudor times, and apparently he fell in love with the daughter of one of his neighbours. Now, he might also be connected to another ghost that lives near here, and we're gonna get there soon. Apparently, there's a certain feeling that pervades this stretch of the road. It is also said to be haunted by a woman that disappears when approaching. I swear I saw a shadow. Anyway. The Lady of Rose Court. What's that? I think I might be seeing things. But many says that it was her love story with the monk that brought her to the brink of despair and led her to take her own life by drinking poison. One of the gaps in the story with the monk is that the monk was supposed to be Tudor. The Lady of Rose Court is supposed to be Tudor, but the house, well, that's Victorian. Hey, who am I to stand in the way of a good ghost story? Rose Court, the house she's associated with, was reportedly filled with beautiful gardens and roses, which may have added to the romantic and melancholic atmosphere surrounding her story. The Lady of Rose Court has often been seen as a ghostly figure walking through the gardens. She's described as elegant, melancholic, with an air of sadness. She is definitely one of the most tragic ghosts of Pluckley. At the Daring Arms, there is the ghost of a Victorian lady. Another place where we cannot go to is the brickworks. There used to be the ghost of a screaming man there. And they're taking the brickworks down and they built houses on it. The brickworks are no more. The Watercress Woman is one of the most tragic and vivid stories about the harsh conditions that rural people used to live in back in the days. She is thought to be a gypsy woman called Abigail Nicholas, who made a living by gathering and selling watercress from the stream just there. She was known for frequenting this spot, which is there at the bottom of that bridge that is now sealed off and we cannot go to. Let's see if we can go closer. Ow, 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 ow. It's well overgrown, possible to get to. And again, I saw a shadow there. Live a solitary life, often seen smoking a pipe just down there, near the stream. Her tragic end came when a spark from her pipe, ignited by alcohol, likely whiskey, caught her on fire. She died from the burns, and they say that her restless spirit still roams the place where she died. I saw her shadow there earlier, and now I can smell burnt, which is really strange. Right corner, right behind me. But to tell the story, we have to come in the Screaming Woods, and that's because there's so much traffic around here, it's insane. Now, the Daring Woods, also called the Screaming Woods, have ghost stories of their own as well as real crime ones. And they say that if you're here at night, you can hear the screams of the people that died here. Doing a completely separate video on the Screaming Woods. So if you like this episode so far, please give us a thumb up, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will be notified when the video is out next Tuesday at 8 p.m. UK time. One of the most compelling stories to come out of Pluckley is that of the highwayman, and his tale is both chilling and mysterious. He's said to haunt the area near Fright Corner, a notorious stretch of road known for its association with eerie events and spooky tales. The highwayman's true identity remains unknown, adding to the enigma of his haunting presence. He was likely to be one of the many outlaws that roamed the English countryside during the 17th or 18th century, preying on wealthy travellers. He's been given the name of Robert Dubois after a program of Most Haunted. I thought I saw a white orb floating around. According to the legend, the highwayman's routine was to hide here at the corner of Fright Corner. Now, the name wasn't Fright Corner there, it was Frith Corner, which is the name of one of the farms that is close by, and it was turned into Fright later on. Jumping out at his intended victim and giving them a fright. Eventually, he was ambushed and he was killed, and the legend states that he was killed with a spear thrown at him and impaling him to an oak tree just next to the corner. Now, the tree is not there anymore, but they say that Dubois, let's call it like that, his ghost still roams this place. And apparently it still jumps out at people, giving them a fright. Harriet Hove's haunting is associated with Dicky Bus Lane, which is one of the quietest lanes here. Henry was the headmaster of Smarden School, and he was friends with Richard Buss, who he came to visit every Sunday. The schoolmaster is said to have hanged himself on a tree along this lane. The reason behind his acts are unclear, but local legends suggest that it might have been due to personal despair or professional disgrace. The schoolmaster ghost is often seen hanging from a tree. This one looks like a good one. Or a shadowy silhouette walking up and down this lane. People walking here have felt like a sense of unease or dread walking down here. And the unease I have here is the mud, and I have my shoes on. The lane is said to have an oppressive and eerie feel, especially at night when it gets really quiet. Let me know if you see anything here. And who was Dicky Bus? That's another ghost. Now, he used to work at the miller near the Pinnock where we were earlier, and the mill actually burned down and Dicky died there. The ghost of the miller is often described as a shadowy figure seen near the top of Mill Hill, where the mill once stood. The Phantom Coach and Horses is one of Pluckley's most well-known and eerie ghost stories. It is a haunting spectacle often described by witnesses involving a mysterious coach and its spectral horses that seem to glide through the village, tied to an eerie, tragic legend. Witnesses describe the coach and horses appearing suddenly, usually at night, with the eerie sound of galloping hooves that can be heard in the distance. The coach is often seen emerging from the shadows, heading down dark lanes or disappearing into thick mist. It travels without any visible driver or passenger, always in a hurry, on a mission to reach its destination. The Black Horse was built in 1470, and it was originally a farmhouse built by the Daring family. Let's go in and have a look. Well known for the ghosts here, one of which makes himself known by moving glasses when you do not order alcoholic beverages, and a small child. Close that door behind me and the doors and windows are closed.
You need to look at this picture of the fire.
Oh, the picture. Oh. What's in that? Oh my word. Oh my god.
There's no
Oh my god.
half at the back doesn't correspond to the picture.
Oh. Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give us a thumb up, and I shall see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.